Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to check. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, if you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Stars will too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments, you get priority reply. No instant, that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon.
You know what it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Most exciting man in boxing. Exciting man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellas Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Man, here, man. 122 pounds and 10 and 5, man. Watch the Goodfellas Sports TV, bro.
Shout out to my friends from Goodfellas TV, from Alexis Too Sexy Salazar.
Hey, qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella, de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
Alright, man, I wasn't even supposed to go live today, man. I was supposed to chill, watch the premiere Better Call Saul from last night, but when duty calls, alright? So I mean, like I said before, man, I don't even at this point, it's getting tired. You know what I'm saying? At this point, either you make the fight or don't make the fight. I have a video coming. I rescheduled it for in the morning, so a video coming talking about updated negotiations and stuff of that nature. It ain't gonna be nothing y'all want to hear on both sides. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't even here to talk about that, right? So apparently, a lot of these Errol Spence sexuals and some boys are probably just, some of these dudes are probably, girls probably just real fans, all right? It's not a thin line between being an Errol sexual and a fan of Errol, all right, and a boxing fan, right? We talk about this Crawford shit, you talking Errol Spence, you got real boxing fans, you got boxing fans of a fighter, or each fighter, you got, super fans, which is Errol sexuals, and whatever y'all want to call them, super Terence Crawford fans, and then you just got casual boxing fans in the whole. So apparently, I was listening to somebody today, so I jumped on Ty's situation. I jumped on his space and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I never get a chance to jump and hear Ty's spaces. I'm always busy, right? So then they're out here talking about how Errol Spence is how Ugas is an elite fighter. Based on what? You know what I'm saying? They talking about Ugas is elite and Errol Spence and Crawford are A fighters. They're not A fighters. You know what I'm saying? And I said what I said, and I don't think I'm not saying they can't be A fighters, but I'm saying they're not A fighters, right? I ain't no diehard fan of either one. I like the way Terence Crawford fight. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Ness put us on game before he even signed with Top Rank. When he was saying before he got the hate in his chest, he was because he didn't get no interview. I ain't really tripping about that. Nigga tried to sue me. You don't see me crying and bitching about, Crawford tried to sue me and I ain't a fan of Crawford, man. It is what it is. Mills never cut a deal and it was what it was. I'm fine with it. I don't bitch and complain about it, dude. I got 99 problems and that wasn't one of them. Alright? So, at the same time, man, we sitting here, they talk about, Crawford said, I'm just like, who did he beat? You know what I'm saying? When you got to be the A fighter, I didn't say you had to be the A fighter to be an A fighter. You just got to be the B plus fighter. Right? How you going to beat B's and C level fighters and people want to curve a scale and say, Ugas a good B fighter? Ugas not no good B fighter. Stop it. Stop it. Who ain't big? That's a B. I'm going to get this out of the floor real quick. And I don't care nothing about 60-40. Say, I don't care. Just get the damn fight done. Alright? Get the damn fight done, and that's all we ask. I don't care nothing about A, B, C, D, how much A side, B side, none of that, right? I really don't care. We gonna argue. Or Dennis Ugas really probably 40, 45 years old if we being honest, right? That's exactly what he is. He 40, he might even be 50. You never fucking know. I'm saying that jokingly, right? So we looked through his resume, right? And they said, well, right, he was at 140 fighting the Miramar. It is what it is, right? Say what you want to say. So they said Jamal James, a B-level fighter. Jamal, I don't want to disrespect nobody, but he's not a B-level fighter. All right, you look, what's the best man on his resume? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to disrespect nobody. Juan Carlos Abreu, he was a solid fighter. Wario Matosis, he had a split decision over him. He was at 54. He did knock out Curtis Stevenson. Also, Dennis Ugas. He beat Gabriel Chavez. I'm pretty sure that's Gabriel Chavez, like after Tim Bradley and after Keith Thurman. I would guess. So here goes Jamal James. Tim Bradley here. Then Keith Thurman beat him. And that's Keith Thurman, one of Keith Thurman's most exciting fights. All right, keep rolling. He beat Antonio DeMarco. That's old DeMarco. They ain't even like DeMarco that lost to, what was my man? They had Edwin Valera, the dude that knocked out Oscar in sparring allegedly. Man, what's the dude's? Edwin Valero. They ain't even an Edwin Valero, Adrian Broner, and Antonio DeMarco, right? He beat Thomas Delorme. So his best win is like old Antonio DeMarco and Thomas Delorme and Juan Carlos Abreu and the older Diego Chavez, and then Chavez, and then he had a majority decision over Abel Ramos. So, I mean, none of them dudes I named A fighters, D fighters, even B minus. When I said, but if he got treated like a D fighter by Stellantis, it was a surprise. So Brian Peretta, he did have a great win versus Tony Harrison, or a draw. I thought he should have won, but it is what it is. There's Ugas beat Thomas Delorme. He did beat Ray Robinson, who quote unquote beat Terence Crawford in the amateurs, and he said Crawford family tried to jump him. That shit was funny. You know what I'm saying? Had a majority draw with Josh Kelly, beat an older British Prescott. He a solid fighter out of Philadelphia. Probably a lot of politics come into play, but with his career, but he a really good fighter. But I wouldn't say he'd be a fighter with the proper nutrition, the proper diet. He could be a good beef fighter. Probably could be a world champion. Sean Porter, who somebody just sent me something earlier talking about Sean Porter today. Now I can't even remember. I think it was Tyler that sent me this shit, right? Hold on. Tyler sent me this shit. So it says that here, let me pull this shit up. Y'all can see it for yourself. Herb, I don't even know Herb hit me up. I've been adding music to my playlist and shit. So he said, but Spence didn't wait. 35 to 18, both was champs. At the end of the day, I don't know what you're trying to say, honey. Not saying Ray said that, but Rich did, but because Spence didn't wait, I fought him champ 35. I don't really know. I'm trying to multitask. All I'm saying is Crawford was trying to fight Keith Thurman when he came up to. He was trying to fight Keith Thurman when he came up to before he made the jump from 2000 to 147. So you can say whatever y'all want to say, 4 or 5 years, whatever it may be. But hold on, put this on the screen. So you might post this on Twitter. Sean Porter in professional fights, he 4-3. Oh, 1 KO World Championship bouts. He barely 500. He wouldn't even make the playoffs. 7-3-1 and 2 KOs against former current world champion. So, I mean, that ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't great. So, trying to go ahead and say, he's a world champion. Let me shout these super chat. Cash apps out from last night before I forget. So, give me an opportunity. I'm going to get my feet wet. So, shout out to J8, Brandon, BJ Slug, super love, appreciate that. Anthony, appreciate your love, so man. Appreciate all of them last night, man. All of them that supported the channel last night financially. Appreciate y'all, man.
Great cash, homie. Oh, it's holiday season, nigga.
So I gave y'all love right there. Shout out to them. Fallout TV, what's going on? Calvin Terrell salute. He said that no one on Spence resume that Bud wouldn't be able to beat, and that's just the fact. Sorry about that. Sexuals down base. Sean was going on. Tax Tech was going on. His channel trying to push Ugas as an A-level fighter, which is idiotic, bro. He ain't beat nobody. Errol Spence not a. Oh, we got static. Hold on. Oh, my bad, y'all. He said, "Oh shit, this is controversial title. Super Front Master G, Neutral Natural salute. Spence just be a 35 man with man. He killed him. He probably like 45. So I got it together. Shout out to Big G salute. So yeah, my mic sound should sound good. And I have to reset the mixer. My bad. So damn man, I don't know, man. They say it's free with the. They want to just keep doing that. Sometimes I was supposed to reset it when I got on. I did restart it twice though before I jumped on here. So that is what it is. I did restart it for the record. But it is what it is. I'm gonna find something different than Voice Banana. It's still bad. It is what it is. Something different than Voice. I don't know what the hell that is. Hold on. Give me a minute. I don't know. Something different than what I don't know. Hold on, we can switch it real quick. No sound effects then. There we go. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Simple fix. My bad, man. I don't know, man. Voice Meter Banana for it. I find me another mixer, bro. I don't know. I have to pay for a mixer, bro, or use the Microsoft mixer. So we should be good now. There we go. People say, "Get another mic." It's the mixer, not me. Not me. It's the mixer. So there we go. We 100% right now. I'm listening to myself. Yeah, that's because I switch over from Voice Meter Banana. That shit is terrible. Let me fix everything. Get this together. There we go. We good. So yeah, like I was saying before, man. So you can't say Sean Porter is a top level fighter. So I mean, you keep looking at Ugas' resume now. Omar Figueroa Jr. can't ever say he was you can't say he a B fighter outside or B minus fighter outside of 135 pounds. Mike Dallas Jr. Come on, Abel Ramos can't say it. Manny Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying? Old Pacquiao was a B fighter. Salute. B minus, salute. That wasn't the prime Pacquiao, and he beat Spence, which I consider Spence a B plus fighter. You know what I'm saying? So when Spence and Terence Crawford fight, we produce an A fighter. That's a simple. That's a Josh salute. That's as simple as that. So, like I said before, these dudes don't be knowing what they talking about. Talking about Ugas is elite level fighter, and I'm just saying, like, where's Ugas elite? Where does it scream elite? Just because you got a championship or a belt don't mean you're elite. It does not mean you're elite. He's not an elite fighter. It's just that's just what it is. He's not an elite fighter. A belt don't make you elite, especially when there's 4 belts out there. Now have be 2 belts out there. Now I gotta say, yeah, he elite for the time in a moment. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he a slick Cuban. Like, where did you see Slick at? The Saturday night. If he was slick, he wouldn't been sitting there for like a punching bag, and Errol Spence would have had to earn his knockout. It wouldn't have been laying there for him. So if anybody's telling you Ugas is a great fighter, now if Terence Crawford had went in there and did the very same thing to Ugas, then they would have been saying, "Oh, Ugas was overrated." See, I don't move the bar. You know, at least I try not to move the bar. If Terence Crawford would have went in there and did the very same thing to him and beat him down, you know, people would have been saying, "Oh man, you know, Ugas was overrated anyway," because y'all don't even understand that Ugas only got that title shot because Al Heyman promised him the title shot because he couldn't take the Terence Crawford fight under top rank. Bob Arum reached out to Lipinets, which Lipinets didn't want to sign over there. You can look at that at ES News. Then he reached out to Ugas. And apparently Bob Arum didn't have enough money. He didn't want to offer Ugas the money that Ugas wanted, which I don't remember or even know if it was revealed that what Ugas wanted. So when Ugas, Al Haymon made Ugas pass up the Crawford fight or whatever, he promised him a championship fight. And his next fight was Mike Dallas Jr. So everybody talking about Bob Arum ain't trying to make these fights. He did. The difference was Sean Porter said he was not fighting nobody else but Terence Crawford. Can't say the same about Ugas. Can't say the same about Danny Garcia. Can't say the same thing about Keith Thurman. Right? Sean Porter and them, they had some issues over the money. Bob peddled over the money. One of the reasons Bob peddled over the money was why? Because he didn't want to lose Terence Crawford. He knew Crawford was in this deal, and he wanted Crawford to stay. That's the fact of the matter of it is. So Ugas went on to fight Mike Dallas, fight Abel Ramos for a Reggie belt, which people talking about Yordenis Ugas is an elite fighter, which, like I said before, he had a split decision with Abel Ramos, who had, for his vacant title that he got now to turn into a super title. He had a split decision versus Abel Ramos. What elite fighter have a split decision versus Abel Ramos? No elite fighter do. So at the end of the day, them trying to sell Ugas as an elite fighter, anybody with a mind ain't buying. Not saying Ugas not a good fighter. He's a C+ fighter at best. I don't care nothing he did about the amateurs, because Audrey Harrison was a gold medal amateur. Zeus Simmons was multiple gold medals in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? You can keep naming all these guys that was hot shit in the amateurs, and where they at now? Lomachenko lost to somebody who didn't even make it didn't make it on the Olympic team as an American on the United States team, and Teofimo Lopez. So we can keep going burning on this shit all day. The best name was Reservoirs Pacquiao, and that was a faded Pacquiao. A Pacquiao that anybody else would have got the hell up out of there. But, like I said before, he got the fight on short week notice. He fought Pacquiao with a torn bicep. Credit to him, but pushing him as an A fighter, as an elite fighter, no. No, you can't push him as an elite fighter. He don't have a title, don't make you elite, bro. At all. And Triple G fought Marco Antonio Rubio for an interim WBC title. Do you think Marco Antonio Rubio is an elite fighter? No. All right. He beat, for the only world title he won in the ring, he beat David Lemieux. Anybody consider David Lemieux an elite fighter? Elite puncher, but not an elite fighter. So we can go on and on with that bull job. You selling that, then they saying, well, both of them in their prime. How they in their prime and Crawford 35? How in their prime and Spence had a retina tear and flew through a car window, and he don't even talk the same. He came back and beat Danny Garcia, a C welterweight. And I'm being nice. He beat Yordenis Ugas, a C+ welterweight, and I'm being nice. A lot of these dudes wouldn't even be contenders in the 80s, dude. I'm being real. If these niggas was in the 80s, in the 90s or whatever, let's say the 90s, whatever, they would have had to see a lot of them dudes. 80s, 90s, Ike Cortez, guys like Donald Curry and, Mark Breland, they would have had to see them dudes. And these ain't even big names that made it, because everybody had to fight each other. Guys like Wilfredo Benitez, you know what I'm saying? People say, well, it don't make sense. No, you said these niggas, they ain't been tested by no big name fighter, bro. They ain't been tested. And I stand on that, bro. They ain't been at this pinnacle, bro. They ain't been at this pinnacle. You tell me who at the pinnacle. You tell me. We start off from when he won a world championship. Who was it? We want to start off before then. Chris Van Der, okay, solid fighter. Alejandro Barrera, that was at 100 and that was at a 47. Chris Algieri was coming off of what when he fought Errol Spence, right? He had lost 2 of his last 3. That's the fact of the matter. He lost versus Pacquiao in a 12-round decision. He lost versus Amir Khan, and then he beat Eric Bone, which Eric Bone was solid. Then he fought Chris Algieri, losing 2 of his last 3. Come on, tell me the matchmaking ain't real. Then when you tell me I'm lying, man, okay, I'm lying. I'm bringing up the facts. He fought Leonard Bundu, right? And this is the fight he did 6.5 million pay-per-views. He fought Leonard Bundu. Keith Thurman had already beat him. It was unimpressive, but he beat him. Didn't lose a round. 107, 120 across the board. Then Leonard Bundu, I don't even remember he fought Paulo Maldonado. No, my bad. That's Pablo Munguia. I thought that said Paulo. Then he fought, he fought Jussie, whatever. Then he fought Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? He was already like 50 at that time anyway. You know, Errol Spence did get him out of there after the NBA's gold. I mean, the Olympic gold medal round basketball team, right? But this dude already had one. Keith Thurman had already beat him. One Keith Thurman fighter. Oh, if y'all want to be technical, y'all really want me to get ignorant and cut up. Hold on. If you want to get technical, give me 1 minute. This dude right here, Brandon Hoskins, okay? He dropped Keith Thurman, to be honest, but once again, he fought Keith Thurman's leftovers. Right here, he fought Keith Thurman 2012 before he made his HBO debut. Right there. Couple years, 1 year, around 1 year later, he fought almost 1 year to the date, he fought Errol Spence. So there you go right there. This dude, Brandon Hoskins, that's another fighter that Errol Spence fought that after he fought Keith Thurman, following up behind Keith Thurman. That's two fighters that I know of. Right? Then you go to Kell Brook, right? Just speaking the facts. You know what I'm saying? These are the breaks. Break it up, right? Fought him after he went up to 100. He outweighed Gennady Golovkin on the scales at 159.5. Fractured eye socket, 5 rounds, right? Less than a year later, he didn't get no tune-up, didn't drop his belt, fight Errol Spence, and really was giving Errol Spence the work until he got tired. More than likely, the pace was just too much for him. You had a 1-point fight and a 3-point fight at the time of stoppage, Errol Spence way. Come on. Talking about Errol Spence wasn't losing rounds in that fight. Man, get up out of there, man. Come on. So he fought Kell Brook coming off a loss. And that's another, coming off a loss. He fought Lamont Peterson. Let's see what Lamont Peterson was on. He was old as hell. He fought Evan Alvarez and Felix, and he lost his Felix Diaz fight. He lost that fight. Everybody know he lost that fight. That was a robbery. You know what I'm saying? And he truly should have won against Danny Garcia, but it all works out. So this Lamont Peterson, you know what I'm saying? Lucas Matisse did it in what? 2 rounds. No disrespect. Hold on. Lucas Matisse did it in 3 rounds. Which a title, this is the only reason that this dude didn't get no title for this fight, bro. And they fought technically at 141 is because he wanted to stay ranked and being Danny Garcia's mandatory. So that's why this fight was at 141 pounds, which Lucas Matisse should have fought at 140, picked up the belt, and just believed in good faith Danny Garcia would unify with him. Right? So come on, what is he doing that we ain't doing? And then Matisse did that win 2013. It took 5 years later, Errol Spence beating up on Lamont Peterson. And Timothy Bradley, since you want to talk shit about Timothy Bradley, he did that in a whole different decade. 2009, he beat Lamont Peterson live on Showtime for y'all young niggas who didn't remember that. Come on. Let's keep going. He beat Ocampo. That's a good one. Come on. Ocampo, okay. Then he beat Mikey Garcia. Then this 2019. He beat Mikey Garcia. Cool. Mikey Garcia jumped up, running from Lomachenko to run into Spence arms. She'll tell you everything you need to know. And then come on, I wanted to show I can outbox. Man, get out of here. Sell that whack ass crack cocaine to somebody else. Come on. Then he fought Sean Porter. He started stepping up in opposition, and the knockout stopped happening. He got a split decision with Sean Porter. Terence Crawford split his wig back. All right. He fought Danny Garcia, Danny C fighter at welterweight Garcia, who ain't done shit at welterweight, but knock out Adrian Granados. And then all of a sudden, the knockouts pop back up when Nevada testing is murky, right? And he ain't even been testing, so ain't no point. He ain't been on record testing since Kell Brook. Confidential and non-confidential. Then he fought Yordenis C fighter, 47-year-old Yordenis Ugas technically. So, let me know where you see an elite fighter at. Now, I will put this out here. Had he fought Keith Thurman and beat Keith Thurman, I'd have been like, yup, he a fighter. Had he fought Keith Thurman and unified them 3 belts and beat Keith Thurman while Keith Thurman had his I'd be like, yup. I got to say, man, Errol Spence is the A fighter. Cool. Depending on how he beat Keith Thurman, he probably would have been pound for pound top 3, maybe number 1. Come on. Maybe number 1. But where you see that his resume tell you he an A fighter. Now, if you want to talk about, visually he look like an A fighter. Everybody look good until they get in that bitch and tussle and rumble. You notice when you step up in opposition, bro, dudes don't keep knocking guys out, bro. Very special fighters keep getting knockouts at the top level. It went from KOs. Look at this. It went from KOs. Look at all these KOs. It went from KOs, fighting has-beens and niggas coming off losses and unknown fighters and mandatory. And it's a mandatory. Can't knock him. He step up in competition in Mikey Garcia. You can't knock out a lightweight, bro. Nigga who started at where Mikey Garcia started at featherweight. This nigga ran from Gamboa. He ran from Lomachenko. Just being real. I like Mikey too. Better than Vegas. Gotta be real. Orlando Salido, he found the way out that fight. Come on, Mikey used to be one of my favorite fighters down there. He started off at 131, but damn near competed at featherweight. Then crept way up to super featherweight. Remember he fought Rocky Martinez and all that shit. People saying Mikey was ducking, but to be honest, I gotta tell the truth. Mikey Garcia said Bob Arum was paying him one flat rate to fight any and everybody. Cool. If I'm getting a flat rate, I'm not about to fight tough fights and get the same amount of money. So I feel him. But as soon as he stepped up to Mikey Garcia, the knockout started happening. It was the pedigree of fighter. Mikey Garcia, like it or not, he's a better pedigree of fighter than Lamont Peterson and Kell Brook and Bundu and Algieri. And I said none of them can't beat him, but his pedigree is different. I will say that. He knew how to survive. He knew how to work the ring. You know what I'm saying? His pedigree is different. Sean Porter ain't the greatest fighter in the world. His pedigree is different. Now you stepping up into elite fighter, Danny Garcia, his pedigree is different. And even Ugas, you know, he won some championships in the amateurs, but guess what? Name the biggest Cuban win of all time. Name the biggest Cuban win of all time. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, and Ringo, you know, you want to talk shit, but you follow me on Twitter, though. That's like, I don't get that. I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna talk shit, but then you be following me, though? That don't make no sense, man. I don't get that, dog. How you talk shit about somebody, but you always follow my page, bro? If you want to come on and get it off your chest. But I don't get that shit, nigga. Y'all dick suck niggas and then talk shit about niggas. Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense, though. Come on, dog. You don't see me on my page talking shit about your ass. Don't understand it, bro. Don't like what I've said? Well, hey, unsubscribe button is free and leave is free. That's all I'm saying. Don't like what I'm saying? Well, get the fuck up out of here. Straight up and down. You show me where you showed me on this resume where you A-level fighter at. You show me. You show me. Because I could just flip the switch and go in on Canelo Alvarez. If you would like. Like I said, I thought so. So shut the fuck up. And I'm saying Bud resume ain't good at all. I said that right before I got on. I said neither one of them niggas is A fighters. I said that. That's exactly what I said. I said at minimum, I rate them or at maximum, I rate them as B+ fighters. So to answer your question, that's exactly what I said. I said neither one of them niggas is A fighters. That's your question. Not saying nobody resume. If anybody resume probably is better, it is Errol Spence's resume. But then again, guess what? Errol Spence been fighting at the damn weight. I don't even know where you want to start at. Come on, he been at the weight since 2014. Come on, it's going on 10 years. Of course, he supposed to have a better resume. He was an amateur. He had a big following behind him. And I ain't even saying nothing. I ain't saying that his resume ain't better than him. This is not about Terence Crawford right now. You know what I'm saying? This is about, are they still in their prime? And this nigga fighting Keith Thurman leftovers. He fought 1, 2, and 3 Keith Thurman leftovers. 4, Leonard Bundu and Brandon Hoskins. So should we be putting Keith Thurman on a pedestal? Should we put Keith Thurman on the pedestal, bro? He fought 4 Keith Thurman former fighters on his resume. You know what I'm saying? And then one thing you can say, if you want to bring about Bud, one thing you can say about Bud, hey, man, he stopped a couple niggas on his resume too. If you want to talk about Bud. Come on. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying this dude is the greatest fighter of all time. I'm not saying that Errol Spence can't beat Bud. After what I seen Saturday night, it ain't out the possibility. I'm not gonna say, oh man, This nigga ain't got it. Well, after I seen, bro, physically, bro, he looked really good. What else you want me to say? The way them punches was coming off, the way how hard he was punching, his conditioning, he really ain't get tired, man. Come on. And what if he did get hurt just due to inactivity? You know, coming right back in the ring, you know, that might not be the case. You know, physically, you know, him getting in there and getting touched up for real without head get rolled, he might snap right back and might be able to take a better punch. Come on. He said no Thurman lost to Manny. What do Manny got to do with this nigga fighting Danny Garcia and Sean Porter? What do they got to do with him? Just ask yourself. That Manny Pacquiao very well could have beat any of these dudes. So what do Pacquiao? It ain't like he just got dog walked by Pacquiao. And it wasn't like it was Keith Thurman, which this Keith Thurman fought. It wasn't like it was Keith Thurman versus it wasn't like it was Keith Thurman like when he had the 2 belts and he was active, right? It wasn't even like he was that Keith Thurman. It was Keith. Only reason Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman, if we being real, and I don't want to make no excuses for Keith Thurman, but only reason Manny Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman because he looked bad versus Osito Lopez. And he almost got dropped in that fight. And some people think he got knocked out. If Pacquiao went out there and dusted Josito Lopez off, Manny Pacquiao never would have jumped in the ring with him. So, yeah, you know, chew on that one. He said Kid Chocolate was the last one to have a big fight in the Cubans. There you go. Come on. That's all I'm saying. Not saying nothing out the blue. If you want to break down Crawford resume, you can request that, and we can make that happen tonight. But I'm not saying Errol Spence's resume not better than his or is worse than his. All I'm saying is he fought a bunch of Keith Thurman leftover and showed it Terence Crawford. He fought Sean Porter. Right? And when you fight Keith Thurman leftovers down the line, you got to do something that's spectacular. And Crawford stopped him. Right? People say Errol Spence, the daddy said it was having a problem. Cool. But then also the daddy said he ain't never seen his son done that in his boxing career. He've never seen Sean done like that. What did Kell Brooks say? I've never been done like that before. Come on. And we know Terence Crawford is testing. That's what we do know. That's what we do know. He said, I'm not a hater. I'm going to support all black people. I just don't stop. Man, at the end of the day, bro, I don't care about none of that black shit. Ain't no black fucking delegation. Ain't no black power. But you just got to stop. What am I hating on? What am I hating on? Tell me where I'm hating on and tell me where I'm lying at. And if you want to accommodate coming on the show, we can accommodate you right now. Miss me with that black power shit, bro. Miss me with that. Miss me with it. Come on, I'm not all for black people. Man, fuck up out of here with that shit. Same nigga that'll pull a pistol to your head in a minute. That black power shit. I don't believe in black churches. I don't believe in black people. You got to show me. And like I said before, we can make your ass come on here. You ain't got to show your face neither. We can make that say, so, you know, I'm hating on. Anybody hating on that nigga, man. I proven the point. You tell me where I'm lying at. And I come on. You tell me where I'm lying at, and we can make that happen. Where I'm lying at. Let's get to the point. Because when a nigga say hate, you tell him the truth. Where I'm lying at. I'm trying to accommodate you. Where I'm lying at. Where I'm lying at. So Keith Thurman didn't fight Danny Garcia. Sean Porter. Hold on. Leonard Bundu. And Brandon Hoskins. I'm making shit up, right? Like I said before, I ain't got the hate. You tell them niggas stop hating on Bud did. And stop making them fucking lies. And I don't even call this fabricating or exaggerating. Stop making up lies. Come on. Well, he didn't get hurt. He got pushed. Okay, that's fine. I already put the videos up already, so yeah, I already debunked that. Yeah, want to be activists. We know the black people got to stick to, man. Fuck y'all, man. Y'all be the first ones robbing people's houses, breaking in people's. I'll be the first person to swing when white daddy say something to y'all. Y'all put y'all head down and keep walking. You're not lying. The Pan-Africanism is BS and fake. That's another topic, though. Exactly, bro. Ain't improving nothing, bro. I do more in my neighborhood than they do. He said the truth is Triple G and Thurman's leftover C-level Ugas. And that's the truth. Of course, you notice the knockouts pop back up when he fight a C-level fighter. Well, you know, Ugas ain't never been knocked out before. What they got to do with the price of tea and shot? Neither has Sean Porter. Neither has Sean Porter. That's what we can say. Neither has Sean Porter, but we do know Ugas have been on that canvas before. But I never seen it though. I just read it on Backtrack. You know, down in 6 rounds versus Emmanuel Robus. That's what you say right here, right? Down in 6. Come on, niggas always want to push that black power. Man, go take that shit over there and give your money to the Pan-Africanism of boxing over there with Negro Fight Fan and 78 Savage TV. He said Thurman Doug Spence forever. And that's true. That is an absolute fact. But I can't even say that's a fact, bro. I got to say that's a lie. I can't even lie to y'all, bro. They said that Errol Spence knew that he wasn't supposed to fight Keith Thurman till down the line. And Keith Thurman said he never received the offer, and Al Heyman never told him that he was fighting old boy. I ain't sending no links out tonight, Henry, bro. If I do, just stay on standby. You know? So that's an actual fact, bro. That the plan was never to fight the Keith Thurman then. It was down the line. So I don't know if they talking about for 2 belts. So I can't even say he dug Keith Thurman. He knew he wasn't supposed to fight Keith Thurman. And that's why they're trying to make the Keith Thurman fight now happen now. So Keith Thurman said, I never received the contract, and Al never told me I was had to fight Errol Spence. So, I mean, we can take it for how you want to take it. Do I think Errol Spence would beat Keith Thurman now? Oh, man. Come on, it's a pig, pussy, pork. He said it's definitely racism in boxing. I never said it wasn't racism in boxing. Boxing is built on racism. What I said is ain't no damn, no black fucking death. Ain't no black power in this month, man. Come on. But like he said, that's a different topic for a different day. Never said it wasn't racism. Then I was the main nigga. I was there at that Pacquiao stuff, bro. You there when you make a video that they ain't like about Lomachenko. When you make a video praising Lomachenko, I said, look, I made a video. I had it on my other boy channel. We used to I used to be over there producing content on Colossal Sports TV. I made a video and I said Lomachenko was gonna beat Gary Russell. All the brothers saying, "Oh, you racist," and you whoop, and all the Lomachenko fans love me. But that was my honest opinion. I knew Lomachenko was gonna beat him. I was hoping for Gary Russell to win. For sure. I was hoping for Gary Russell to win, but I felt that Lomachenko was gonna win. And guess what? Lomachenko won. The minute I criticized Lomachenko, then you did, man, F you, N-word, and whatever they be saying. So at the end of the day, bro, I've been there, done that. I don't pick with my heart. I pick with my head. Even when I feel like it's 50-50, I pick with my head. And like I said before, I told Yordenis Ugas didn't have no chance. He was 6-1 on some sports books. 6-1. He was a plus 400 and rose. Dropped to plus 370. Come on. To put that in context, Oscar Valdez was Shakur versus Oscar Valdez. Shakur Stevenson was a plus 400 open up. So what is y'all talking about? What type of A-level fighter versus A-level fighter is a 6-1? Come on. And then again, Errol Spence been at this weight damn near his whole career as a prize fighter. You would think he would have Floyd Mayweather, Keith Thurman on his resume. You know what I'm saying? You would think he'd have some of them dudes on his resume. Manny Pacquiao, none of them. He has 0 of them. And then you can make the case for Bud. He didn't have no major promoter till Top Rank signed him. And, Matter of Sports, he was there. And Top Rank was supposed to pay them to get out his contract. And that was a different thing. But, they allowed him to fight on Top Rank. And Bobby Earl paid them a percentage of the contract for Terence Crawford, to fight on Top Rank. Right? So when he signed the second contract, that's just loyalty. And a lot of money. He making more money than them. Crawford made $1.5 million guaranteed. 1.5. And he expected to make $5 million after everything is broke down. Terence Crawford made $6 million, in the 2 pay-per-views, guaranteed. Come on. What type of deal do he got? Come on, he shouldn't have left Top Rank to begin with, dude. Now I leave Top Rank, now we don't got no money. He could have had that lawsuit on hold. Now he lead Top Rank and they ain't got no money. But like I said before, man, when you look at all of this, dude, you know, you can't call him an A-level fighter. And like I said before, you know, you can't call Terence Crawford an A-level fighter neither. On that point, they need each other. Let's Crawford jump up and fight Jamil Charlo, and then Castanos win and he beat them. Then I'd be like, well, he was an A-level 40-pounder. There you go. But this is the true test. Him fighting Errol Spence. Errol Spence came back, looked good. 2 B+ fighters. In my book, my scale is different. I don't grade on the curve. You know what I'm saying? And they could produce an elite level fighter. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody had Errol Spence on a pound for pound list for real after he fought Mikey Garcia. How you A-level fighter and he ain't on nobody pound for pound list but champ side, which is all black people on champ side on damn list. So, like I said before, how is he? Come on, man. Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't even considered elite until even after he beat Rafael Benitez. He had to come back, beat Roberto Duran to be considered elite in Thomas Hearns. And we can say safely that at welterweight, neither Crawford or Spence will have a Roberto Duran over neither a Thomas Hearns or a Rafael Benitez on their resume. I mean, come on. Come on. They said, well, it's not different. It is different. If I'm fighting in the air in a 3 and 2 belt era, it's not different. If I'm fighting in the air where I got to earn my keep and I got to rise through the top 10 and fight and rise through the top 15 and top 20 and fight real fighters, what you talking about? Talking about, well, when was Marvin Hagler a fighter when he fought Roberto Duran? Oh, nigga, Marvin Hagler, it took him 40-something fights and several robberies to even get a title shot, and he got robbed out of it. So everybody's story is different. When you fighting real contenders and you fighting most of the people inside the top 15 and the top 10 and the top 5, and you earn the belt and it's not given to you, and you don't take the route of least resistance, or there's 4 different section belt bodies to go through, then that means you elite. That means you're elite. That's different. When you fight almost everybody in the top 15 and 10, and it's 1 or 2 belts or 3 major belts around, you fight everybody, that's different. That's different. That's different. Not going around and Errol Spence was strategically match made. That's what it is. Terence Crawford said he was fighting in barns with stray and animals up in there. This nigga was an Olympian. They had it all planned out for him. You know, he ain't fought nobody that he wasn't supposed to beat. I'll say that. He didn't fight nobody that he wasn't supposed to beat. At least Crawford had fights that people thought he was going to lose to. The British Prescott Scott, with him moving up to 35 a week or 2 weeks before the fight, people thought Gamboa was going to beat him. People thought Victor Postal was going to beat him. So he had a couple fights where people thought, and who knows, before he got with Top Rank. Terence Crawford ain't never been questioned. I mean, Errol Spence ain't never been questioned in none of the fights Al Haymon put him in. Never. Never. Yes, Al Haymon built up Spence, taking easy steps till he became a star. And that's exactly what that's what he's supposed to do. You put Spence in them, and you put Spence and Keith Thurman back in the ring when Floyd was using him as a bodyguard. Man, Keith Thurman would have knocked that man dick in the dirt. And that's a fact. Jay, salute, what's going on? Keith Thurman, Spence about to happen. That Al favorite son, Keith Thurman, about to get the big fight. Man, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, I got a video coming. I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know towards the end of this video the gist of it. But everything tends to change. There's racism everywhere inside the ring. It don't matter what color you are. Not if you don't if you don't leave in the judge's hand. Only color that matter in boxing is green, especially at this point. At this point, now back when they was trying to get Ali to throw fights for versus old boy, I forget his name. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. Doug, what's the dude's name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I was in the Godfather of Harlem. Him blood, salute my G. Appreciate you. Find me everywhere by hitting this Linktree link. He said, of course, he had no chance. I can't name one person that gave Ugas a shot. And anybody that was giving Ugas a shot, it was based off of the injuries that he suffered. He said you should make a grading scale. I should. My scale won't be as easy as Paulie's scale. Cause I'm grading on what it was back in the day. Some of them dudes, hey, look here, man. He said champ out now. Hey, it is what it is. He's supporting his people. I ain't mad at him. But some of them fighters back in the day will be A fighters today, man. That y'all won't consider A fighter. Like Don put Donald Curry up in this damn division, man. He eating. Shit, Joshua Clottey will be eating today. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even talking about like guys, 60-year-old Pernell Whitaker will be fucking elite today. Put some of these other Mark Breland, man, will be killing cats. These dudes, man, like I said before, man, these dudes ain't, man. The damn PBC fighters won't even move, and PBC fighters won't even move up in weight and even challenge themselves. They ain't scared to go to 154 pounds and challenge themselves. So, like I said before, man, that's all I'm saying. These dudes won't even go to 154 pounds and challenge themselves. They sticking out at one weight. Sean Porter came all the way down from light heavyweight, and didn't even try to challenge himself and win a title at 54. He talking about, I told my dad, no, we ain't fighting the Charlo twins. These dudes don't even try to challenge themselves, bro. They don't even try to go up in weight. Errol Spence talking about, I'm about to retire in 3 to 5 years. I might go up to 6. They ain't even trying to become 3, 4. They ain't even trying to become 2 weight class champions. Why not? Why not? Why y'all hanging around 147 so long? I know it's the money, but Jesus Christ. And then when you get knocked off and you lose, you're gonna be blaming it on the scale. Ain't nobody tell you to keep y'all ass around that long. None of their fighters got no ambitions to move up for real. At least Tank moved up a few times already. It ain't the greatest thing in the world, but Jesus. Gary Russell just, he been trying to move up. I don't know the situation there, but come on. It's like Devin Haney waiting until he's 30 years old to move up to 140 pounds. Come on, these niggas do everything, man. Get special treadmills. These motherfuckers probably use crack cocaine to move up. Charlo talk about, he talk about now he might move up now. Fine. He said you're right about Leonard. He highly criticized around the time he fought Benitez. And Benitez is, if you don't know, youngest world champion ever. That under the rules, that shit will never be broken. That never, the youngest world champion in general. That record would never be broken unless the rules change. People thought Kell Brook and Porter was gonna beat him too. They was real. Well, them idiots. Them idiots. They kept moving the ball. He ain't stopping Kell Brook. He ain't stopping he ain't stopping Porter. He said about Kell Brook. Come on, man. That's hate. Tell you if you can't tell me how Kell Brook and Porter was gonna beat him, and you just saying it to say it, that's hate. I told y'all exactly on my Instagram live how, and in my live stream, how I thought Terence Crawford had a chance to knock him out. I didn't pick him to knock him out, but he had a good chance to knock him out. Tell me why Earl gonna beat Terence Crawford, and don't repeat what Nardi said for Richmond, California on Saturday. He the only Spence fan I heard talk logical, which I haven't heard them all talk. Mark Nash, I subscribe to Mark Nash, man. He said, my man, 50 grand, glad you decided to go. I sure wasn't. I wanted to watch I'm about to go watch Better Call Saul before I get going. Go subscribe to Mark Nash. Shout out to Atlanta. Come on. Saying nothing there. I ain't saying nothing that ain't true. Oh man, you hating on Spence, man, and you just don't, man, nigga, man. If I hate on Spence, man, y'all, man, this should be pure comedy. This should be pure comedy. If I really got the hating on Spence, dog, y'all niggas really hate me. Cause I can do a 3-hour comedy special right now, him, and not even try. I'll flame the shit out of his ass. But this ain't that type of party. I'll make y'all niggas say uncle. Come on. But I ain't even gonna do that because that ain't that type of party. I ain't showed you hating like that. Like G said, I'm a hater like you, but my wrist big. I ain't showed y'all hate, man. I really ain't. Really ain't, because I could say some foul shit where I had to delete this stream. I could say some real foul shit off the man. I could say some shit big. Y'all talking, man, let me stop. He said Spence said Bud was lighting the ass, then fought Mikey. Man, come on. The hypocrisy. The hypocrisy. If you a big superstar, what you need Mikey for? That was the excuse. You a big superstar, what you need Mikey for? Come on. You know, if you need a big star, why you being built off of Messi? Everybody don't talk about Al Heyman, bro. And everybody got this facade that Bob Arum don't like black fighters. That's fine. You know, he said, he said about Terence Crawford. Al Heyman don't have to say it. Al Heyman don't have to say it. You know what I'm saying? He took his golden goose, Errol Spence, which they wanted him to be the next Floyd Mayweather, and he wanted to put him in there with Mikey Garcia to make him a crossover star. We ain't talking about Julio Cesar Chavez. You know what I'm saying? You know, we ain't talking about Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about Floyd Mayweather. Mikey Garcia. They said, we can make you a star versus Mikey Garcia. You cool. He ain't no star because he don't star because some niggas, man, because niggas in Dallas and some niggas that want to, that want to be friends and can't find no friends out there and lonely. And they move to Dallas because they ain't got no friends. That's cool. You know, people say, well, this fight, it's perfect. It's not on time. You don't build a fight up for 5 years, bro. And everything I said about Sugar Ray Leonard so far, that was done before the age of 30. I want to say it was done before the age of 28 or by 28, but that was done well before he was 30. Alfredo Benitez, Roberto Duran, twice Thomas Hearns, and people still called him Duck, which he did Duck Aaron Pryor, and he did wait for John the Beast Mugabe to fight Marvin Hagler to jump in there, but those different topics. Ideal Perez, salute. He was the original Golden Boy, even before Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali wasn't no golden one. He took them how they came. Biz doesn't want smoke with Crawford win undisputed at 47. He will be two-time undisputed champion in 2 different weight classes. And that might be very well true for Terence Crawford, but you never know, man. The way Spence was cracking, man, he looked good. Now that he square up and reach, well, he can do that versus Yordenis Ugas because Ugas wasn't punching back for real. But you could be where Aaron Pryor would have a field day. Man, field day, man. That nigga, man, be working at Walmart because he couldn't get no work. He'd be working at Walmart. He couldn't get no work. He couldn't get no work, man. They were free. Man, they doing this to Bud. Do y'all know what they would do to Aaron Pryor, bro? Shit, you could drop Vernon Forrest and Costa Zoo in this era today, man. These dudes wouldn't be getting no work, man. They would have to invest their money expeditiously. Aaron Pryor is my favorite fighter of all time, man. It ain't nobody more macho than Aaron Pryor. Period. Man, Hector Camacho, man, they would have had to fight Hector ass though. Edwin Rosario be knocking, man, he run through 135 pounds, man. Edwin Rosario and the Elastic Man, Alexis Arguello, man, dog, the one nobody wanted with the Elastic Man. Even at 140, he would be a problem today. Elastic Man would have had niggas' heads popping all the way back. Ronaldo, salute. Man, no, I've been watching, but man, Eric Morales, old Eric Morales gave Madonna the work. He lost. He gave Madonna that work with one eye. You know what I'm saying, man? There's been so many great fighters. There's ones I can't even think of. French fighters, man. That was just, Michael Nunn never went to jail, man. He still would have went on. He had a lot of fights anyway, but he was a great fighter. Man. He just ran into James Toney. I think James knocked him out with a right hand out of nowhere. He fought at home in Iowa. They want you to tell the truth about Canelo and Loma and others. When you start talking about Smith, man, and then they was doing Joshua like that. At least I'm consistent. They was doing Joshua like that, man. Joshua was doing the same stuff. Didn't want to fight Wilder, act, just talk funny, whatever. At least Joshua say, hey, if y'all got $50 million, I'll fight. Spence looked worse than Joshua. It was all on Joshua head, but when it came to Spence, it's just a couple months ago, 6 months ago, he don't need to fight Crawford. I don't even want to see the Crawford fight. Now all of a sudden they getting brave, and then Derrick James out here saying, well, the Sean Porter fight, his daddy was mad at him, and his daddy threw the title. It was a power struggle. You see, at the end of the day, all I know is Kenny Porter said, I never seen my son done like that. That's all I know. So, like I said before, Derrick James feel that way, and they feel that Sean Porter knockout was a fluke. Well, let's put Errol Spence in there and see if he can do something different. Come on, Errol Spence out here telling y'all he won't Terence Crawford and talking about he never asked for 80-20. I can confirm right now that's a lie. He asked for 80-20 right now. I can tell you, I can confirm that. He asked for 80-20. He's not trying to make that fight, bro. And rightfully so. He got 3 belts. He said, well, I'm gonna make some compromises, and that nigga was lying the whole time, bro. Somebody called me this morning. I asked somebody this morning. I said, man, what's going on with that shit? Man, you heard anything? He said, well, Bud asked for 50-50 and Errol Spence asked for 80-20. Now, Bud asked for 50-50. I don't think he's gonna get that. You went to the man, you going to the man company. The man got 3 belts. The man, they call him a pay-per-view star, and you ain't one. Well, at the end of the day, I think they should just ask him for a number. But then again, that didn't work with Deontay Wilder in the zone. Deontay wanted to know how much Anthony Joshua was gonna make. And that's one of the reasons that 3-fight deal or whatever it was, 4-fight deal fell apart. So I think Bud gonna want to know what he getting. I just say, man, you know what, man, if they were smart or if they was willing, let Eddie Hearn have it. Let Eddie Hearn, let it see if he can make the fight happen. See if the zone will put the money up, or see if somebody in the Middle East will put the money up, or whatever. Let Eddie Hearn see if he can find somebody for the fight. He break off everybody a percentage. He break off, Terence Crawford handlers a percentage. He break off Al Haymon a percentage, and let Eddie Hearn make the fight. Guess what? It's on neutral ground too. Eddie Hearn don't have a stake in the fight. He don't own each fighter. Let the zone have a fight then. But then again, PBC didn't even want to work with Bob Arum. Why not? Deontay Wilder work with Al. Work with, for the Wilder Fury fight, they work together. Let's let you know everything you need to know. When he had to leave Bob Arum to make the fight, and he get over there and they saying that they ain't got the money, that let you know everything you need to know. They scraped up $60 million for Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez. And the rumor is they ain't even do 800,000 buys. So if you can scoop up $60 million, you talking about Viacom. You want to know what Viacom is worth? Hold on. I don't know what Viacom is worth, bro. Check this stuff. Check this out, bro. This is who owns Showtime, Nickelodeon, MTV, probably even B. This is what they worth. Look at this. Come on. Come on. Net worth income. It's 2019, by the way. Come on. Come on. Hold on. This is the estimation. I ain't got time for all that. Come on, that's what they worth in 2019, bro. This is what they worth. And you can walk right by this place downtown. I seen this in Times Square. It's not too far from the M&M factory. You can walk right down there. Call up Viacom and say you want that fight. That's pocket change to them. They could pay them both $20 million and be done with it. Shout out to Andre. He said Crawford going fishing for the big fish. Come on. I want to see Crawford, Spencer Crawford next. Everybody do. Shout out to Neutral Natural. He said they must have forgot his baby mama came out of nowhere and you stopped her from going in on him, but you a hater though. Man, yeah. It is what it is. You know how the game go. Forrest almost KO Sugar Shane Mosley. And at the end of the day, Shane Mosley didn't have to give him the fight to begin with. That's how Al Haymon got into boxing. Most of you niggas don't even know that. Vernon Forrest got Al Haymon into boxing. They said he can beat Shane Mosley. He fought him in the amateur. He beat Shane Mosley, and Al Haymon was in boxing. If you go back in time to stop that from happening, I think I would. Julio Chavez, Sweet Pea Pernell. Man, Pernell Whitaker, have fun. Everybody talking about people ain't got no chin, but Pernell Whitaker was on the canvas a couple of times. That's what happened when you throw punches. What's going on, bro? He said, what's good? St. Louis. Shout out to St. Louis, man. St. Louis ain't no joke. Salvador Sanchez would be boxing circles. Man, dude. Man, dog. Look here, man. Couldn't nobody fade him. He beat a younger Zuma Nelson, too. Bud and Shakur was just sparring an hour ago. I thought he was sparring Caleb Plant, too. Maybe that was a couple of days ago. He said a few times that Ugas decided to throw, he called Spence Prowse, knocked his mouthpiece guard out, and sent him to the rope. Spence is overrated, flat-footed, one-trick pony. He looked a little bit on his toes the other night. I like the way his feet kind of was lively the other night. Better than I expected, especially coming off the layup. But he threw some counter shots that snapped his head back. But nobody seen that. Nobody seen that. PJ, what's going on, bro? Alexis Abreu, support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313. But like I said before, man, I'm just saying this. How am I tripping? And y'all talking about this nigga Ugas is elite and Errol Spence is elite. Errol Spence got to beat Crawford to be elite. You know what I'm saying? To be an A level fighter at welterweight. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I just don't think he like A right now. Not saying he can't be. Now, if you're just talking about the eye test, there's a lot of motherfuckers that look like an A. AB looked like an A at one point in time. Jerron Ennis look like an A right now. That's the same thing they were saying about Roy Jones Jr. Like, oh, is Roy Jones really an A fighter? You know what I'm saying? Or does he, or he just ain't fighting nobody? I'm saying he wasn't fighting nobody. He had beat Bernard Hopkins and took his belt. You can look like an A. I'm not disputing that. Hey, man, I can see why I said, well, you actually dig deeper. It ain't nothing but Keith Thurman leftovers, guys who was coming off losses or C-level fighters are past their prime. Facts. We'll talk about Terence Crawford. I have no issue talking about it. None. You want to look at this? You just tell me who he didn't fight that you wanted to see him fight. This is his first fight with Top Rank, I believe. Could be wrong. It might have been this one. Oh yeah, he fought this one with Top Rank, but I don't think he was on the main card though. Yeah, he wasn't on the main card yet. He fighting 6 and 8s. But this is the fight I remember him being, on this Rios Mike Alvarado card. I think this was Rios and Mike Alvarado 1-2, I believe. First time I see him, British Prescott, he the one that knocked out Amir Khan. Don't know who the hell this was. Andrei Klimov, that was like his work. That was his most boringest fight I seen him in. But Bernie said that's Red's favorite fight to watch. Ricky Burns was a world champion. He got that fight when AB refused to go over to fight Ricky Burns, and Ricky Burns refused to come to America. And AB could have unified at the time, and AB didn't unify. I think AB just held the WBC at 135. So he went over and fought Ricky Burns, didn't stop him. But, Ricky Burns arrived a few people over there, and then it's the fight. I thought Gamboa was going to win this fight, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And he stopped Gamboa 9, and Gamboa had an O. Klimov, by the way, had an O. Yeah, boy, that was a live ass fight too. That was lit. And what people don't say about that fight too is he had to give Bob Arum money to put that fight in Omaha. Bob Arum didn't even believe he could sell in Omaha. So he had to give Bob Arum money out of his purse or out of his pocket to make that fight happen in Nebraska, if our memory serves me correctly. Fought Ray Beltran when they was young. That was a good fight too. Ray Beltran lost some landed some shots in there too, but he pretty much dominated him every round. Good fight. So you look at his 135 reign, for real, because he fought above 135 down here, but that's just on the come up. But you look at his world championship, world 135 reign, bro. He wasn't knocking out everybody back then. He had Prescott and Anderson, but he moved up the same week to fight Prescott 5 pounds away. Klimov gave him a good fight. Ricky Burns gave him a good fight. And then his best performance, he knocked out Gamboa. And at the time, ain't nobody wanted to fade Gamboa. Beltran, and then he got to 40, and then the stoppages started coming. Now, I guess the weight cut might have been too much for him, but, he lost like every round damn near leading up to this fight, too. They're not going to say it in the scorecards, though, but Delorme was winning most of them rounds, in my opinion, and then Crawford just, caught him. You got to remember, Delorme, he lost to, what's my man's name before this? You got to remember, Delorme was the next best thing coming up on HBO, too. A lot of y'all probably weren't watching boxing, but he lost to, what's my man's? Luis Carlos Abregu. And this is who Saddam Ali had beat and bought Saddam Ali, his coming out party. So, yeah, Abregu can crack, though. Look at them. This motherfucker had 39 fights and 29 KOs, too. Them Argentines can crack. Who resume we looking at? I don't know. Okay, Thomas Delorme, my bad. Shout out to Crane Mayfield in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? But hey, before he lost to Carlos Abregu, Delorme was the shit. He was hot shit. He was the next Puerto Rican great. Then, he stopped Derrick John. I think Derrick John ended up after that. He had a decision with Lamont Peterson. Or maybe it was before that. I don't remember. Let's see. Shit, Derrick John fought some fights. Oh, okay. Lamont Peterson had a decision with him before that. In 2014 at the DC Armory. Crawford down the line stopped him. 2014, and Crawford fought him in 2015. Look at all the fights he had in 2014, bro. Even after losing, bro. He had 1, 2, 3 fights in 2014. 1, 2, 3 fights in 15. So, I mean, that's something to look at too. Hank Mundy, that fight was personal. He was running his mouth about some shit he shouldn't have been running his mouth about. He had a decision with Victor Postal. He dropped Postal twice in that fight. Jamin Jr., that was his first PBC fighter. He knocked him out. I think this was after he beat AB. After he lost to AB. Let me see. He lost to AB here. And he lost to Crawford. But he had beat Ruslan Provodnikov before that for an international belt. Then he fought Felix Diaz. And I think this was after Diaz got robbed by Lamont Peterson. Yep, he got robbed by Lamont Peterson here. And then he really lost the Sammy Vasquez fight. But I never seen this happen in my life before. They brought him back to the ring and read out the decision. It's on the Water Areola card, by the way. Yep. He got robbed in this fight too. And I think they called it a draw, took him to the back, brought him back out, and gave him the victory. Never seen nothing like that before. Then he got punished by Terence Crawford. Julius Adongo got knocked out by Terence Crawford. And he had an O, by the way. And Postal had an O. So we just going through some shit like that. So it's another dude with an O. So on a prize fighting level, this dude then fought 1, 2, 3, 4 people with an O so far. Took Jeff Harn O. He was coming off 2 fights before that. He was coming off a win over Manny Pacquiao. That's 5. Jose Benavidez had an O. That's 6. He stopped Amir Khan, stopped Kyle Velasquez. He had an O. That's 7. You know what I'm saying? He said he got dropped in that fight. Yeah, it is what it is. He got up and stopped him before 12. Beat Kell Brook. Beat Sean Porter. So, like I said before, say what you want to say. Not the greatest resume, but I can't really think of too many guys he didn't fight. The only guy I could think that he didn't fight that had an opportunity to fight was Patrick Teixeira. He should have moved. The plan was supposed to him move up to fight Carlos Adonis had he beat Patrick Teixeira, and he lost, and Bud didn't want to fight Patrick Teixeira because I guess it wasn't an in-house fight with Top Rank. Now Adonis was with PBC. So the only person I can say he didn't fight this thinking and knowingly is Carlos Patrick Teixeira, and that wasn't even in his weight class, which I still think he could have beat Patrick Teixeira, and maybe he would have put himself in position to be undisputed. So Alexis Agreo, he says, I don't understand how they give him so much praise for beating Brook when he was coming off a beat down at 60 to Triple G 16 months prior. It wasn't even 16, I don't believe. Al Heyman has invested too much in Earl's career. No way he's allowing any other promoter to promote the fight. I mean, at the end of the day, didn't he put a lot into Deontay Wilder's career? Wilder's a bigger star, and Wilder's without Wilder, this company probably fold or be in a lot of trouble, PJ. So at the end of the day, Errol Spence ain't half the star Wilder is. If we being real, he ain't half the star. What's the third fight with Fury did? Like 600,000, 700,000? He never get to them numbers. Not without Crawford. Hold on. And then they didn't even release the Erickson Lubin and Fondor numbers neither. I've been looking. They still ain't released them. Maybe I could look on Nielsen's site. They did 600,000. And 300,000 buys overseas. So I don't know how they split the overseas buys. I'm pretty sure they split something. Fury Wilder got some of them. So altogether, they did 900,000 buys. So the third fight, they did 800 something the second fight. And what, 350 the first fight? Man, they ain't never reaching them numbers, man. He reached 350 with Mikey, though, but come on, see that for real. You think we going to get Spencer Crawford, though? I don't know, man. I can't tell you. You know, if I was a betting man, I'll just keep my hand off of this. I think he might be fighting. I don't know. I heard he said he won 80-20 still. Heard Crawford won 50-50. Sean Porter said that he think they should just talk numbers. They come up with the numbers they want. And the winner gets 60-40 in a rematch. So, you know, and it's not always guaranteed to be a rematch neither. I remember Carl Frost beat Lucian Bute. Wasn't no rematch, still waiting on it. They did Triple G in Mexican style, but that's what Errol Spence was raised on, Mexican style. He was. He fight just like him. He might be a little bit more upright than them guys with a dash of melanated athleticism. You know, I mean, if you, like I said before, if you stand in front of a Mexican, you crazy. You might win the battle, but you might end up losing the war too. You're going to take some punishment if you win both. You can't stand in front. You can't stand in front of no Mexican. You know what I'm saying? You gonna take you if you win, you're gonna get taxed. While Lubin lost, you can't stand in front of no goddamn Mexican. Ugas did a lot of pushing that caused Spence stumbling. Man, that wasn't no stumble. Man, he got punched. Come on, you gonna make me compromise my channel and show it. He got punched. You got social media, I send it to you. Hit me up on Twitter or wherever you want to see it at. I send it. That wasn't no damn stumble. He got punched with a short right counter. People couldn't see it because the camera angle. I slowed it down and I seen it. He got hurt with a short right counter right before that sequence happened. He was already hurt. So, I mean, you want to call it a punch, whatever. He got hit with a short right punch. That's exactly what happened. So, nobody just do the chicken dance, bro. He was hurt. Ugas landed a short right hook. It was on the jaw and neck area. Come on. That's before the trouble came. So, people can say what they want to say, bro. They don't know shit about boxing, dude. I went back and watched for myself. I had to see exactly where that came from. It was a short counter right hand, But, y'all want to say he stumbled. Get the fuck out of here, man. But he hurt him to the body. What about that? He slipped on the sticker. And Ugas landed 5 rights before punching Earl mouthpiece out. Keys. He said, was Mikey still with top right when Bud was at 35? So we talking what? Hold on. So we talking 2013 and 2013. So, nah. He was at 130. So he stopped being that. He got to 30. He didn't get to 35 till he switched over to he fought at 139, 38. 2016. I think that was like, I don't know. I think that was when he was with top. It's when he was a PBC, so no. He wasn't there. Nope. Nobody wanted to fight Gamboa at the time. He was the boogeyman. Period. Except for Juan Lopez, and they didn't give him that fight. No. Delorme gave Crawford hell. Yes, he did. During the Delorme fight, Bomac said, all right, take him out in the next round, and the fight was over. They weren't even tripping about losing all the rounds in that fight, but it's different. And he caught that nigga with a counter right hand. As soon as he made a mistake, like Delorme threw a jab, I think, or a right hand, and Crawford threw a counter right on the button. And that caused the trouble. How about these Ugas beats everyone on who he beat? Because that nigga had a split decision with Abel Ramos. So who are he beating on his resume? Hold on real quick. I mean, who are he beat? Because he had a split decision with Abel Ramos, and he couldn't even knock out an man, what's my man's name? Omar Figueroa, dog. Like, bro, Ugas would have lost to Stayonis if he had to fight Stayonis. That's a fact. Ugas would have lost to Stayonis if he had to fight Stayonis. Right? He just caught Pacquiao at the right time. Now, we talking about 140. He might even lose to Felix Diaz, bro, at one point. But I'm not going to say that. Right? At 140, he definitely losing to Victor Postal if they fight at 140. Definitely beat Ndongo. Jeff Horn, he probably loses Jeff Horn too. If we being real, he probably beat Jose Benavidez Jr. Amir Khan, he probably have a debatable unless he slumped Amir Khan down the stretch. Kyle Velasquez, that would have been a close fight. Kell Brook, at that time, I don't know. That probably could have went either way. So it, and Sean Porter, a lot of people thought he beat Sean Porter. So I don't know. He'd beat for some of these guys for sure. Most of them we just talking about in the vacuum. I think Crawford beat 7 undefeated fighters. So that's crazy. I was just talking about on a prize fighting level. They discredit the Diaz fight on Bud's resume, but Diaz got robbed again against Peterson, who people say is a good win for Earl. He did. Remember they robbed Diaz against Sammy Vasquez, and they went to the back and they brought him back out there and recounted the scorecards and gave him the victory. Oh, y'all got to remember, Felix Diaz is a gold medalist. He got a couple gold medalists on his resume. And remember, he said, if Lomachenko wanted to move up and fight him, Lomachenko could have got that work. He did say that. They don't. Why don't they make the WRBO official belt, man? For one, I don't know. I don't know what you gotta do to become official belt. For one, that'll give us 5 world titles. So I don't know. I know they based in Tampa, Florida, by the way. I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. He said Daryl said Victor Postal was the boogeyman too. They was paying Postal to step aside. Danny Garcia, by the way, he talking about. Ricky Burns was undefeated champion in 2 weight classes. And the thing about Victor Postal, Danny Garcia talking about he didn't even know who Victor Postal was when he was just talking about Bud resume, but he paid Victor Postal to step aside, bro. And Victor Postal fought on Danny Garcia's undercard. If we being factual, Danny Garcia ducked Victor Postal. I forget. I'm glad you brought that up. What card was he fought on, bro? Hold on. And he's still giving these niggas the business. Man, them scorecards for Josh Taylor, I'm a Josh Taylor fan, was way too wide. You can go watch that fight for yourself. I didn't even know he beat Select 8 and Stop 8. I forget what fight was on that damn undercard, man. I think I'm guessing now. Oh, I'm definitely I forget what undercard he was on, Danny Garcia card. Jesus Christ. I forget the fight. Jeez, it was before he fought Bud. It wasn't his card. This was the main event. It was a badass fight, too. I forget what damn card that was on, man. This one. It was this one right here. Danny Garcia, Lamont Peterson. Errol Spence was fighting Samuel Vargas on the card. And Victor Postal was in a 12-rounder. Heather Hardy was on this card, too. Luis Galazzo was on this card. So, yeah, it was this Jack Guricio guy. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, man, like Marcus Brown he fought Aaron Pryor Jr. on this card, too. Yeah, this was like one of the first BBC card. I can't remember what network this was on. But yeah, it's one of the first PBC cards. And people just gotta Kofi salute. He said smash the like button, share the content on all social media platforms. And then also you gotta like bro, guess what? Pea shooter. So and plus what people gotta understand too. On this stuff, there's a lot of little knick-knack stuff that they don't want to tell you about. Shit crazy to me, bro. He said that Triple G turned around from 13 pounds with a broken eye in 90 months. At least Bud fought him off 3 straight wins at 54. Shout out to Juice Lee. He said the same Delorme, all these dudes, guys trying to fight. He gave stay on his hell too. Yeah. If he had a chin, it'd be over with. He would beat some dudes. He'd definitely beat Juan Carlos Abregu. He'd probably be $1 billion. He'd probably be $100 million there right now. Because Puerto Rico, man, you can't just keep waiting on what's the kid I like a lot, man? Xander Zayas. You can't keep waiting on him. Demarius, what's going on? He said not the chicken. Yeah, that nigga did the chicken den. I thought about doing the Errol Spence challenge, the chicken den challenge. I started to start that challenge, but I was like, you know what, man? I ain't gonna get ignorant. I really thought about that today. I thought about doing the chicken dance challenge, the Errol Spence challenge. But you know what, man? I'm a lot more cynical than it comes. I'm just a different person at this point. Yeah, look at Chavez versus Taylor fight, regardless who won. Taylor never was to say, well, Taylor came back and still got a world champion too. He still got a world champion title fight. He just took another risk and lost. I forget who it was against. Somebody, my boy from Philly, put me on game about that. He did come back. Nobody ever talk about Mildred Taylor coming. Hold on. Nobody ever talk about Mildred Taylor coming back and winning the title after that. Let's just spotlight that real quick, man. I hate how they had put. I'm not even gonna even bring that to light. So hold on, man. Look, let's look what he fought, bro. Terry Norris, who he fought and got lost again. This dude had, man, Jesus Christ, dude had 47 fights. Then fought into the 2000s. Jesus Christ, dude. I think he moved up and he lost to Terry Norris. That's who it was. He moved up and took another chance and fought Terry Norris. I think they fought at a catchweight. Or it looked like it was a catchweight, but yeah. But he did turn around and win a title. He did turn around, even though a lot of people believe he deserved to get that title. But you think about, he came back and fought Aaron Davis. Wasn't that Aaron Superman Davis? Or I'm tripping. Yep, Aaron Superman Davis. He came back and fought Aaron, another nigga gave nigga problems. He fought Aaron Superman Davis for the WBA title, and he won a decision. Then he fought Luis Garcia, defended his title split decision, stopped Ernie Chavez at the Acrodome Arena in Sacramento. That's when boxing was a worldwide sport, and they fought everywhere. Fought Glenwood Brown in Philly, and then he moved up and fought Terry Norris for the super welterweight title, and he lost. He just took another risk. He got title defenses. You know, that man got title defenses, bro. That's a little known fact. You know, he came back and he made a career. He was the world titleist. And you've seen with Lubin and other guys, Aubrey Harrison, Fernando Guerrero, a lot of guys, Lucas Matisse, he should have had a world title versus Lamont Peterson. It's hard. It's still kind of hard. Even with 4 world titles out there, it's hard to be a world champion or win a title. I watched a Gray on Pryor this morning, didn't realize it was with 14 Rob. These dudes nowadays can't take the type of punishment. Well, you got to realize too, Sugar Ray Robinson was the reason why, let Nate tell it, why they went from 15 to 12. Because if him and Hackler went 15, no, come on. They trying to say Ugas pushed off and said Ugas had done it though through the fight, and that was Earl reacting the same way. It is what it is. I seen the punch land. I mean, what you want me to say? He did the chicken dance. That wasn't no damn push, because right after that, he got knocked over to the ropes. Like I said before, they make an excuse for everything. It's crazy how Blue Blood bending over for Spence protection. Boy, they pay him a lot of money. You see what I mean? They pay him a lot of money, man.
Believe about
I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't looking at him. No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't looking at him.
Come on, man. Stop it. These niggas just caping for a dollar. I ain't doing it, bro. I ain't caping for a dollar. It is what it is. I'm gonna keep it real. Ugas and capitalized on Spence like he should. He was hurt. He was hitting him several times in the fight, and I ain't like the way Spence was reacting, bro. Maybe I'll do a breakdown video of it and be petty. My nigga did the chicken head. I like Felix Diaz fight. Yeah, that was a punishment. Shout out to Joel Diaz for stopping the fight. Jeff Horn would beat Ugas. Probably would. Probably beat him today. Ugas is nothing. Let me stop it. If you aspiring boxing out there and you aspiring boxing and don't think it's possible to win a world champion, just look at Ugas' career. Anything is possible. In my KG voice. And they in here saying regardless if you come civil and you break shit down with facts or you get ignorant, they gonna say you was hating. That's all it's gonna, and they can't say nothing else. Well, CJ, man, you was incorrect about this, and this how this. No, they can't say nothing like that. Nothing. They can't say, no, you hating. That shit wasn't no push. Anybody pushing that was a push. The one that he did the chicken dancing don't know nothing about boxing. And don't tell me about that cokehead again. Come on, man. Don't tell me about that cokehead, man. Most Spence fans are his fans for a reason other than boxing. They live vicariously through him. Rich Latino wife, Ferraris endorsed by Whitney Jerry Jones. Whitey Jerry Jones is what they want for themselves. Man, KJ, you got a great point. Because they just feeling this cowboy fanatic shit over to boxing. That's exactly what they're doing. Come on. And then, like I said before, man, if he get knocked out, he get knocked out. If he knock Crawford out or outpoint Crawford, man, hey, man, I tip my flat. At the end of the day, it's still kind of black excellence. And I say kind of black excellence because he ain't. Let me stop. I said I'm going to be civil. Yeah, I clapped him quick. He said, what you think about Ennis win over Delorme? It was impressive, but he got caught. He got caught. Thurman caught his attention. So anytime you throw punches, you got a chance of getting hit. And just that guys don't know how to punch with you no more. That's kind of like Lubin. He was throwing, then Fondora throw, then he'd throw. You ain't gonna win that battle. In Mexican, man, if you could sit there and just be in a ring and bang with a Mexican, obviously it's possible that you can win, but you're gonna be feeling that shit. You don't stand in front of them, man. If they 6 foot tall, 6 feet tall, 7 foot tall, it's the recipe is disaster to stand in front of one of them. You know, you gotta keep turning them, spinning them. You gotta make them. You gotta use their feet against them. You know, it's just little stuff, man. You know, when they plant, you know they gotta when they throw, they gotta plant the throw. You know it. So when they plant, you know, sometimes it's simple as stepping over. You know, sometimes it's simple as stepping out of range and making them reset. But Fondora is a different animal, though. That boy can slap you from the red corner to the red corner to the blue corner. Flame on 24 salute. Shout out to Jacksonville. And Postal stopped Danny's best win at 140. Yeah, I was looking forward. That man was HBO was on fire. I remember watching that fight. He stopped him with like an uppercut. Yeah, he stopped. And you know what they did to Lucas Matisse was criminal too, bro. I want to show y'all something, man. I like Matisse, but I was rooting like hell for Danny. Danny won me some money on that card. Danny won me some. I want to show y'all something about Lucas Matisse, bro. What the type of matchmaking they did him. Y'all got to remember he had a brother named Walter too. He was a contender too, I think at welterweight. What they did to this nigga was criminal, bro. Look at the stretch he went through after Danny. He fought Danny. Then he fought John Molina Jr. John Molina Jr. still holds a 60% knockout ratio, and he lost his last 2 fights, 3 of his last 4. You know, he still holds a 61% knockout ratio. And just look, he fought Lucas Matisse, right? Knockout. Come on. Got some losses in there. Knockout. This nigga was knocking out everything, bro. Everything. So he went from Danny, who was a puncher at 140, right? Danny could punch at 140. He still holds over 50% knockout ratio. So he fought Matisse. He fought Zab, he stopped Morales in the rematch. That's when Morales popped hot. He still fought Morales. Stopped Amir Khan. I mean, he fought punchers too. Say what you want to say about Danny. His jaw solidified, bro. Because Kendall Holt, man, go watch how Kendall Holt and Tim Bradley, how he dropped Tim Bradley, man. If you want to know why I love Tim Bradley, like I love Tim Bradley as a fighter, watch the Kendall Holt fight. It lets you everything you need to know. Then he fought Roberto Ortiz, who had a high knockout ratio, who still holds a 62% knockout ratio. And he lost his last, he had a draw and lost his last 4 fights. You know what I'm saying? And he holds a 62% knockout ratio still. He stopped him in 2 rounds. Then he fought Ruslan Provodnikov, which took the rest of his prime out. We know Provodnikov can crack. Everybody thought this was going to be a knockdown or a knockout, and it wasn't even a knockdown. It was just one of them fights that you probably wish somebody would have got knocked out because they just took a hell of a lot of punishment that fight. That was on HBO too. So look at the punchers that he had fought leading up. Look at the punchers he had fought leading up to that fight. He fought all punchers: Garcia, Molina, Roberto Ortiz, Ruslan Provodnikov. So all Matisse did was just, lay the hammer. That's all he did. He fought all elite punchers. He said, but Taylor Faxon was severe compromise from them. Yeah, they were. Still won the championship, the title though. Guys had to drop Ugas. He said he knocked him out of sparring too. What was the context around the Blue Blood video? You heard it. I heard it just like you. He said, if you don't think Spence pound for pound number 1, you a hater. I'm a hater, man. I'm a hater like you. Put my wrist big. Canelo 1, Chanko 2, Bud 3. I don't know why you got Lomachenko 2, but hey, I'm not going. That's your list, Joey Chaz. Yeah, Ennis got caught. I think Ennis may be a little. I don't know if he's chinny, but if you get caught on top of the head, nigga, like you ever hit your head on the cabinet, nigga, like the cabinet almost did knock me out a couple times, bro. Like, man, why this motherfucker why the motherfucking cabinet right here, nigga? Like for real, man. But it's just a punch you don't see coming. The top of the head, it can go a couple ways. So top of the head can go a couple ways. Like you can really wobble them. It's an equilibrium shot too, or you can break your hand or fracture your hand too, or hurt it. So anytime you throwing and somebody punch with you, bro, that's how you got to beat that dude. You got to walk to him and you got to punch with him. If you sit there and try to do what Lubin do and go punch for punch and you're going to kill your ass more likely. I'm sorry for Lubin. You keep leaving Lubin as an example. It's just the latest. Or Ugas, my bad. Ugas, you got to sit there and punch with these guys, Ugas is doing it with Errol Spence, but it's a little different because Errol Spence be used to straight punches. Drawing in is like to loop around the guard a lot too. He lose straight, but he like them looping punches. So it's a lot different. You throwing straight punches, man. Ugas punched inside Errol Spence, straight left a few times. And he punched over the top with it. He just never followed up. But yeah, well, it's that's why Errol just kept overwhelming him with volume. So I won't call him chinny. I think it's too early, but man. He definitely got the makings of a great fighter already. Ennis got caught. He ain't wobbled though. Yeah, he got caught, but he kept throwing. Shit, he got throwing, but the more make him crack though. I can't say that. Danny came up the hard way too. Yup. They did. People don't believe Devin came up the hard way fighting in Mexico and fighting in ballrooms. I remember that nigga was fighting in Atlanta and stuff, man. He said I wasn't looking at her. That shit. Loma ain't no top 3 no more. He said Loma fight a real war. Yeah. I hope he's safe too. I enjoy watching Lomachenko fight. I don't enjoy how they try to harp him down our damn throats. Pause. He said, "You sure next time I come out, don't be staring." Like, man, that nigga said, "Yeah, okay, sir." Like, get the fuck up out of here. Like, niggas don't even have guns like that in New York for real, because it ain't like really open. Like they really, they really don't have gun laws like Michigan or Texas or something like that, or like in the South. We just would have been fighting. But then again, you don't want to be fighting niggas where you stay at, though. You don't want to be beefing with niggas where you stay at, for sure. He said, "What you think of Raymond Ford?" I seen him once. I think he be on his own card, bro. I seen him fight once, but I think vaguely. I can't remember. I heard that name before. I just had to look. Everyone at 140 in the early 2010s came up. Man, that 140-pound division was crack. Danny, Victor Ortiz, Victor Ortiz, Amir Khan. Oh, Danny, Victor Ortiz, Amir Khan. Danny, Victor Ortiz, Amir Khan, Juan Urango, Andreas Kantelnik, Marcos Madonna, Devin Alexander, Tim Bradley, Lamont Peterson. That's 10. Who else was all there, man? It was somebody. Kendall Holt. I mean, that's 10. Kendall Holt. Yeah, it was a few more guys up there too. I'm definitely forgetting about. Nate Campbell was swimming around there at the time. He was a little older at that time. Yeah, that shit was crack. And they mostly fought each other too. They mostly all fought each other too. Yep. Zab Judah was hanging around there too. Older Zab. Pernell trained him for the Amir Khan fight, even though he got knocked out. Yeah, I'm missing a whole bunch. That was my favorite division to watch, bro. That's when HBO was, man, still kind of. That was when they was kind of cooling off after that. He said, "Who hit harder? Delorme." Delorme hit harder, in my opinion. But I ain't never been hit by either one of them. He said, "Who was the other person? Who you talking about?" But yeah, that 140-pound division, man, boy, Kendall Hawk can crack too, boy. Kendall Hawk. HBO boxing, though. I miss HBO, man. Not the Euro shit they was doing, but I missed the HBO After Dark day in boxing, championship boxing, when everything wasn't going on pay-per-view. Everything wasn't going on pay-per-view neither, bro. I missed them days, man. I used to religiously. I remember Klitschko's fought David Haye. That was one of the biggest letdowns. Chad Dawson. Remember Chad Dawson fought Bernard Hopkins on pay-per-view? I told my homie mama not to order it. She ordered it anyway. Couple seconds, my shoulder. Bernard and John Pascal, Chad Dawson, Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson. Man, I was mad about that one. I ain't even gonna cap. Because Andre should have moved up and fought him, but that was an event. We supposed to got Kovalev and Adonis Stevenson. Al Heyman signed Adonis Stevenson and took him to Showtime, bro. Al been fucking up boxing. I don't care what y'all say. You know, we had some. Remember, Lomachenko fought on there a couple times too before they went to ESPN. People tend to forget that one. We had some Provodnikov, Bradley, HBO, Showtime cards wasn't bad neither. Tim Bradley and Lamont Peterson. Remember, Berto Ortiz too was supposed to originally go on there, but Berto popped hot. Man, they had some good cards back on there too. I think Bradley and Kendall Hart was on that card. Yup. Yeah, man. It was some classics going on there, man. Some classics going on over there, man. I told y'all we used to watch the fights before we went to the club. I bullshit you not. We used to come from hooping and shit. We used to watch Demetrius Andrade fight on Friday night fights. He was my homie's favorite fighters. He was my homie's favorite fighter. He was going on Friday night fight. They were standing there watching. Let's go to the club, watch AB. Then we used to watch AB fight Eloy Perez or that Escobedo Cat or whoever he fight, Antonio DeMarco when he brought out Kendrick Lamar before he popped, and then he would fight, then we go to the club. And Coles used to come over. I mean, we was watching Peterson and Victor Ortiz, man, and Victor Ortiz was fucking Peterson up. He got a draw, and the girls was like, I thought the Mexican won. No, that man, bro. I had some memories off HBO boxing, boy. Yeah, some memories. We had club memories, hoes. You know what I'm saying? When Floyd used to fight, we always stayed. Me and my homies used to come over. Nigga, that's the first when he fought Mosey, was the first time I streamed a fight. I found out how to stream the Mosey fight. That's the first time I streamed the fight. But I used to pay for Floyd shit though. Yep, I used to pay for all Floyd shit to that point, man. And first time I streamed the fight, and I found out how to stream. That's when I had my Dell computer hooked up to my flash screen, my plasma TV back then, my nigga. 40 used to be with 54. Man, it was way better than what 54 is today, because you had, not only did you have the depth, you had names though. At 54, you ain't got no names. At 40, everybody, even the niggas that won the name, was more the names than guys in the top 15 or top 10 there. Like Andrews Kotelnik and Eric Morales was hanging around. Like Kotelnik was, he was more of a household name than like Patrick Teixeira or Brian Carlos Castanos too. Ryan Urango as well. You had names also, and you had talent. Bradley and Alexander was that's when they started. That's when black box. That's when they stopped wanting to promote black boxing. That's when they started. After that they started pushing that European Lomachenko and Bivol, Kovalev. They started. Well, Kovalev deserved a good push because he was entertaining. But that's when they started pushing that. Before, like right around that time, maybe before, you had Chad Dawson taking on Ward, Chad Dawson taking on Pascal taking on the alien Bernard Hopkins. You used to get niggas fighting on a regular. Like kind of when Alexander and Bradley happened, it was let down. That was here. That was in the Pontiac Silverdome. When that was here, kind of like when that happened, bro, they kind of got away from black boxing and started going with European boxing. Like I said, I think Shane and Floyd was after that, but it might have been before that. I don't know. But yeah, that's when they got away from black boxing, bro. Yep, that messed up black boxing, bro. They put a lot of money. They put money into that fight, like a pay-per-view fight. They had a face-off. After they had a 24/7. They was like, David Alexander, what is Timothy Bradley better than you at? He in shape. He got abs. That shit was funny, bro. But yup, that was supposed. Man, had that fight went the way it's supposed to win, and Bradley didn't keep headbutt niggas, man. Oh man, black boxing probably be in the prime position right now. But like I said, they go out their way not to black fight. This is the second major black fight. I'm gonna end off on this. This is the second major black fight that PBC got an opportunity to drop the ball. They should have made Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. In hindsight, they should have made that fight. And hopefully for Terence Crawford and hopefully for Spence fans, that don't happen. And they don't make this fight and they go up there and take a risk, or somebody else come and knock them off and they wish they would have took the fight. They keep dropping the ball on these type of fights. AJ and Wilder work with other promoters. You work with Eddie Hearn to make Spence and Kell Brook and Sean Porter and Jamie McDowell versus Kamada in a number of fights. You sent Charles Martin to make Anthony Joshua a champion. Now they mad because Eddie Hearn finessed them, and now they want to be mad at everybody else. Now Bob Arum did get them kicked off of HBO. That's a fact. So we can't lie about that. He definitely got them dudes kicked off of HBO, but you ain't supposed to keep holding on to stuff. You work with him for Tyson Fury. They could have worked together for Errol Spence. Bob was willing to pay Terence Crawford, and they could have played Errol Spence. That's just let you know they didn't want to fight. Why I got to come over there to fight you? You ain't Anthony Joshua. You ain't Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? You ain't Deontay Wilder. You know, if he really was like that, let me end up. I'm gonna answer questions. If Errol Spence was really like that, and he really was big like that, bro. Money split belts, it would be a no issue. It'd be no issue. Terence Crawford would just show up. His check would be ready. His gloves would be ready. He'd show up and he'd have to fight. But he's not like that. He's not in that area. Because if he was, Crawford had no other opportunity but to submit to him. And that's a fact. So at the end of the day, you know, Crawford might not have nowhere else to go, but he's stubborn. You know, so that's on them. I'm over it, dude. I want to be over it, but it's a topic. And don't nobody want to hear nothing about Dillian White and Tyson Fury. So I ain't got nothing else to say. He said, I remember when AB fought Jason Litzum and Robert Guerrero versus Michael Castillo. Remember when Guerrero fought Salik Aiden? I didn't think Guerrero was going to do good at 47 after I seen that fight. Aiden was hurting the fuck out of the Guerrero, but Guerrero an animal. Canelo Alvarez, well, he fucked Berto up. Remember that joint? Remember Guerrero fought Berto? He must be, man, he messed my mans up. Yo, AB gave that nigga his glasses, dog. I'm sorry, dog. Yo, Berto traumatized me about blacks and Mexicans, bro. He traumatized me, bro. Didn't he lose to Sotos Carras too? Oh, man. I remember Sotos Carras how Keith Thurman, just like Delorme kind of caught Ennis. But that's what you talk about wobble. Like, he hurt Thurman. That's when Thurman wasn't no dog. When Thurman got hit with that shot, he wasn't no dog no more. He started trying to win on points and shit. I remember that fight. But, man, HBO used to have, man. HBO used to be, even in those days where it wasn't considered elite no more, you know, but, you know, it was elite compared to this. Canelo era 54 way better than, what, Jamil, it was in that era. What you mean? Jamel was in that damn era. And Jamal and Demetrius Andrade. Shit, Jack Catterall was not Jack Catterall, but Jack Coldcloud was still in that era, bro. Hilarious, bro. Berto versus Ortiz fight of the year. Yeah, man, that was a great fight. I'm mad at Ortiz. I thought he dropped Ortiz. I'm like, yeah. Prime Pavlik versus Jamal, who went Pavlik. Pavlik. It was all about the money. You could pay Eastern Europeans significantly less. Yeah, that's fact. But the dude that told the dude that somebody getting in trouble. I don't know, somebody in trouble. But yeah, I'm gonna hook up with that dude. I'm gonna ask my boy. There's a dude that was that worked for HBO. He said it really wasn't. He said they didn't go out of business because of money. He said I think they was running Game of Thrones reruns, and Game of Thrones was doing better than boxing after dark. So I don't know. So, but yeah, you can pay. He right about that. Shout out to YSM Media, YSM Sports Media. Subscribe to him, man. Hey, man, that interview that Bonzi did with about Blair Cobb after he lost, man, that's my favorite interview you did. He said, yeah, man. Yeah, Blair wanted me to train him. And he came to the gym. He seen all them killers there, and he never came back. That's your best interview. I swear to God, that shit was funny. I was on the floor dying. I could watch that interview all day. He said, yeah, he jumped out the ring versus my son. And I was crying. I was crying, my nigga. That's the funniest. That was the fun. I'm gonna share that video. I'm gonna have to find that from you. I'm gonna share that in the comments, in the community tab. I was on the floor laughing my ass off. His daddy was going on Blair Cobb, and he was speaking facts though. And I don't think he was trying to be funny. He was like, "Yeah, Blair's a wrestler. I don't know where Blair go from here." Oh my God, that interview. I watched that shit like 3 times, dog. He said PBC is most likely so-called black companies. They are worried about offending so-called white folks and others. They don't want the money. That's why they don't put on black fights. They sold these stations on a green print. It is what it is. You might be right on that point. And like I said before, at the end of the day, you didn't try the other way. You got to put on premier fights. So if the original blueprint don't play, just cash out and just keep putting the best fights on, and you're going to see what's going to happen. People going to turn to it. Robert Guerrero, headbutt champ. You said he headbutt Berto. Hasn't Crawford been fighting Spence leftovers? Why not? What's wrong with that? Anthony Joshua and Wilder been fighting each other leftovers too. So what they got to do with the price of tea in China? You know, and he leaving them left over. How you like that wordplay? The green pea is Mexican, Hispanic versus black with the Mexican with the blacks holding the bill. And at the end of the day, bro, it ain't even working no more. It used to work. It ain't working. It ain't working. Not named Canelo and a couple other guys. So sometimes, man, you got to just throw the best fights on with accessibility. He said, "Why AB and Bunny never faced other black fighters? They haven't. I ain't never noticed it. Hold on. Before I get out of here, I want to watch Better Call Saul. I done spelled the nigga all name all wrong. I want to finish watching the premiere Better Call Saul. They dropped 2 episodes yesterday. And at midnight, Moonlight come on. I have to wait till tomorrow for that one. I want to see a little bit of Better Call Saul. So, you got Ashel Theo Payne. Shit, you talking about Sean Porter? He fought Emmanuel Taylor. Shout out to him. That's how Chris Algieri got the Provodnikov fight that led to the Pacquiao fight. Yeah, ain't too many niggas on here. Well, I remember his first fight was versus this dude. I thought he lost versus Daniel Ponce Kelly. I was happy he won, though. Got a point. That dude only got, and since I seen him on HBO, he only got Emmanuel Taylor, Sean Porter, Ashel Theopane. That's it. And then Robbie Jr., that's my boy right there now. You can't say nothing bad about Robbie Jr., boy. I'll shoot you over Jr. And we can fight over Robert Jr., boy. That's my boy right there, man. Love watching Bunny fight. Shout out to Solito. Bunny, my boy. What you mean? Can we count Rances as black? Javier Fortuna, Dominican, Richard Comey, Black American. Yeah, I don't see too many Black Americans on here. It is what it is. Hopefully he ever recover and box again. That's my boy right there, Robert Jr., boy. That's home slice right there. I remember I watched the whole fight on Bounce TV he had, and it wasn't even in HD, my nigga. That bitch was in DD. I was mad as hell. I was like, Bounce TV ain't got no HD. Fury look lighter in the public workouts. I think he is going to stick and move in white AO. I ain't even see. I seen the picture. All I seen is somebody hit me up or somebody hit me on Twitter like, why Billy and why didn't show up or something like that. I didn't even know the open workout was. I watched the fight. Supposed to get my car fixed tomorrow, man. So I might have to get it fixed again Saturday, man. I got to get some tie rods. I got to get an axle put on these damn. Then I got to turn around and get a fucking wheel alignment. Boy, my car bleeding me, but hey, it made it through the winter. So I'm going to get me a truck. I'm going to put that in the backyard. They think I'm about to get that to the girls. Hell no. If I get in some financial trouble, I can always flip it because I got it at 50,000 miles. Now I got like 100. So I'll just keep it just in case I need a backup car. Blair Cobb, I might put it in my mom's garage. Blair Cobb versus Batuev, who you got? Batuev. Stop playing with me. Shout out to Blair Cobb, though. Gave me one of the best intros you can get. People say, take that intro down. He lost me. I don't care. Shit. Deontay lost too. I still keep him up. Remember watching Cotto and Yuri Foreman at Yankee Stadium? Yeah, old boy was on there too. Remember Vanez Monterosian fought Joe Green on the undercard. And then that's when Vanez was coming. He was really good in the amateurs. I remember Kareem Mayfield talked about how Timothy Bradley drew him in round 1 of a tournament, and that's why Tim Bradley just got bad draws. That's why everybody slept on him, and then coming into the professional ranks, he was fighting at 54 or 52. Fight Vines was a monster. Look at Vines' career. It went nowhere the way it should have went. That's that Yuri Foreman fight where Arthur McKinney threw the towel back into the corner. When Yuri Foreman tore his ACL, he threw the towel back in the corner. I never forget that fight. Yeah, remember Joe Green was 22-0 and Vines Marshall 27-0 and Vines beat him 10 round decision, and Vines just never did much. This dude, he kept winning after that. He never lost again, and he never got an opportunity. He was from Brooklyn. He just never got an opportunity to do nothing again. It's the politics of boxing. So PBC just gonna share the money with Showtime. Now it says, yep. Exactly what it is. Viacom. I think Thurman might hurt Spence. I don't know. See the way Spence was punching, boy, he better do something. That nigga Spence has some money for Comey. I think he meant Black American. You watching Winning Time on HBO? Good shit. No, I don't want to even. If you say it's good, I'll look at it, bro. I definitely will. Bunny last fighter was black. If you consider he black. AB 99 and 91 scorecard with Leon, that's a joke. That definitely was, bro. Golden Boy put it, but again, I mess with Bunny. It should have been a battle for Ohio. Yeah, that's my boy. You know, you got a good memory. I remember that fight. Yeah, I remember, man. If you start bringing up fights, I can remember on HBO those the undercards. See, I said I've been watching boxing since since I was a kid, since I can remember the Tyson pay-per-views. Remember, Comcast had the gray top cable box with the little black little thing on it. Yeah, I've been. I said before, people on here talking boxing, they ain't qualified, bro. You don't get nothing from watching them but stupider and farther away from the truth. You gotta leave your subs with some type of nutrients when they watch. A lot of these dudes, especially if you don't do interviews and you do commentary like me, you don't leave with nothing else. You leave just dumber than when you can. That's the thing about YouTube or watching something. You want to feel something. You watch a TV show, you want to feel excitement or you want to feel the drama. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to leave a TV show and you don't feel nothing. You ain't laugh, you ain't cry, you ain't tear up, or you ain't. No, you just feel like I didn't get nothing from that. Same thing with music. You don't want to hear music and you don't feel nothing from it, So, Jared Hurd, Fondura, who you got? Come on. Right now, Jared Hurd, Dre. Jared Hurd by far. But let me get out of here, man. You can listen to this on Spotify, man. Hold on. Jimmy, you can't respond to that Thurman leftover comment before, huh? Basketball, I don't know what you're talking about. So, I mean, if it's Hurd in his prime, that's different. But, yep, you can listen to this on Spotify next day, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Ain't too long away, ad free or Anchor as well. You can find all that in my link tree in the description, also in the comment section, pinned in the live chat. But you look at the description under Find Me Everywhere. It's the first link there. Hit the link, take you to my Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Y'all subscribe to YSM Media, man. Real good brother there. I fuck with Philly, man. Appreciate the love, support.